Good morning, guys. Welcome to week 2 of your virtual learning from home. Today we are going to do our math lesson. So what you need for today's math lesson is you need your lesson 104 notebook, or not notebook, but your math notes, and then you need your math book. Hopefully your week 1 went okay. If you have any questions, remember, feel free to give me a holler and I will try and help you out the best I can from our situation. Okay, so lesson 104, we're talking about changing an improper fraction to a whole number or a mixed number. Now, the last one we were talking about equal fractions that are equal to 1 or 1/2. And so that will come into play when we talk about this. But let's talk about what an improper fraction is. An improper fraction is when the numerator is larger than your denominator. So up here we have all different improper fractions. Now we're talking about how when the numerator is bigger than your denominator, 3 is bigger than 2. Remember, your top number is your numerator, your bottom number is your denominator. So numerator that is larger than your denominator makes this an improper fraction. 3 is bigger than 2, so this is an improper fraction. 5 is bigger than 4, that is still an improper fraction. 10 is for sure bigger than 3, 9 is bigger than 4, and 5 is not bigger than 6. So this right here is not an improper fraction. Okay, so the numerator is smaller than your denominator. This one makes it separate. This is a regular fraction, these are all improper. All right, what we're doing today is we're going to take this improper fraction and we're changing them into either a whole number or a mixed number. And in order to do that, we have one step, okay? To write an improper fraction as a whole number or a mixed number, we need to divide. If there is no remainder, we're going to get a whole number. But if we divide and we get a remainder, we're going to get a mixed number, okay? And that is when the remainder becomes the numerator in the mixed number. So let's look at this one real fast. This is just an example before we go into our other examples. We have 3 halves. Well, 3 halves is an improper fraction. And 3 halves is actually equal to 1 and 1/2. Now I'm going to show you how we figured that out by just drawing pictures versus dividing. So I'm going to draw 3 halves. First I have my first half, and then I have my second half. If I were to color these in, I have 1/2, 2/2, and 3 halves. If you think about this, I have one whole circle, correct? And then I have a half of a circle. So 3 halves, 1/2, 2/2, and 3 halves is equal to 1 and 1/2. That's how we draw pictures to show that it's equal to a mixed number. Remember, your mixed number is when we have a whole number and a fraction. Well, let's go over here and let's look at this one. I only see a whole number. Here we had a mixed number, here's a whole number. Let's figure this out. I know I'm going to draw circles that are split into 5 sections. So let's think. I'm going to need 15 fifths. So I know that 5 goes into 15 3 times. I'm going to draw 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. I need to split them into 5 sections. 1, 2, oops, that's only 4. Let's go ahead and do, you're kind of supposed to create a little man here. You do not have to do this part. This is simply for watching only. If you want to, go for it. I'm trying to split this guy into fifths. There we go. Doing the best I can. Okay, now I need to color in 15 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, now that I see that all of my circles are colored in, I have 5, 10, 15. That's 3 wholes. So that means that 15 fifths is equal to 3 whole circles. Okay, do you see the difference between our mixed number? I only have 1 full and then a half, so I got 1 1/2. Where here I have 3 full circles, so I get the whole number 3. That's just drawing pictures. We should know how to draw that already. We did that before we left school. Now let's talk about how we just are going to actually divide now, the easier way, not using pictures, but to actually divide, to find out how we can change that improper fraction to a whole number or a mixed number. So in your book, it says example number 1, you're going to write 3/5 as a mixed number. This one says draw the picture to show that an improper fraction and mixed number are equal. So to find the number of the wholes, we need to divide. So we took, it says 13/15, or not 13/15, 13/5, and we need to divide. So we're going to take 13 and divide by 5. Probably didn't leave too much room for this. We know that 5 goes into 13 2 whole times because 2 times 5 is 10, leaving us with a remainder of 3. I subtracted 13 minus 10, and I got 3. So now I have 2 wholes. Here's a whole number. And I have 3 remainders. So here's my remainder. So that actually puts us at that 13/5 changes into 2 wholes. 3 is my remainder out of 5 parts. So 2 3/5. That's my mixed number. Now let's draw a picture just to show that so we can understand. Remember, I need to draw circles that are going to be in fifth parts. So here are my circles. 1, 2, 3. Split them into 5 again. Get my little stick figure in there. Okay. Now I need to color in 13 of those fifth parts. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oops, one too many. I only needed to do 13. And that is my fault. Thank goodness I have erasable markers. Okay, there we go. 13 parts. We can count again if we want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So how many whole numbers do I have? Well, here's a full 1. Here's another one. Add those 2 together, you get 2. And then I have 3 out of 5 parts. 2 3/5. This should match that number. Okay, so I divided to get this answer the first time, but I also drew a picture to show you that if you really didn't understand the division part, this is also how you could find it. And here is your 3/5. I know it's hard to see. Okay, so let's go ahead and try example number 2. It says we're going to take 10 thirds. So I have 10 thirds, and I need to change this into a mixed number. It told me right there. It says write 10 thirds as a mixed number. Then I need to draw pictures again to show that the improper fraction and mixed numbers are equal. Okay, so in order to divide, I'm going to take my 10 divided by my 3. 3 goes into 10. Let's think. I know 3 times 3 is 9, so it's going to go in 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract. 10 minus 9 is 1. So here's my whole number again. And then here's my remainder. My remainder becomes, that's really bad. My remainder becomes my numerator of my fraction. I'm going to put an R for remainder. Okay, so that means that 10 thirds becomes 3 as my whole number, 1 as my top number, 3 as my denominator. So 3 1/3. Now if I'm going to draw pictures again, I'm going to draw, okay, I need to make circles that are divided into 3 parts. So I'm going to think I need to get to at least 10 parts. So I'm going to think I need at least 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. Probably going to need one more. Let's draw it over here. I'm going to divide them into 3 parts. Okay, I'm doing it kind of sloppy, but you understand that when we're drawing, we draw the congruent shapes. So now I need to color in 10 of my 3 parts. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 to make my last one. So we have 1 whole plus 1 whole plus 1 whole. That right there gives us our 3. And then I have 1/3. So that's how we get 3 and 1/3. So 10 3/3 is equal to 3 1/3. Okay, so that's changing them both, this one and this one, into mixed numbers where we have a whole number and a fraction. All right, let's go on to example number 3. Okay, it says that we are going to take 12/4. 12/4, and we need to turn that into a whole number now. So now it's going to go into a whole number. These are pretty easy if you know your multiplication facts. So I'm going to take 12 and divide it by 4. If you know your multiplication facts, you know that 4 times something gets you to 12 flat, even one whole number. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract, you should get 0. So that means that 12/4 is equal to 3 wholes. Now, if I show a picture of that, I'm going to draw circles that are divided into 4 parts. Divide them into 4 parts. Now I need to color in 12 of my whole parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, and 3 wholes. Add them together, I get 3. Whoa, I get 3. Now I can also think about it this way. I have 4 parts out of 4 colored in. So my fraction actually could be 4/4 is equal to 1. 4/4 is equal to 1. My denominator stays the same, which means if I add 4 plus 4 plus 4, I get 12. And then my denominator stays the same. So that means that my 3 whole number is equal to 12/4. Okay? So pictures or division, either way, you'll still get the same answer. This is a whole number. These are mixed numbers. All I did is divide. All right, what I want you to do now is I want you to try your lesson practice. If you take a picture of it, you don't need to show me letter A. I understand because the rest of them are on the back. So you can always write A back here and take a picture of all of them, or you can do A on the front side and just show me B, C, and D. Totally up to you. I gave you plenty of room to work. Make sure I can see your division and try both division and your picture, because on lesson practice, it does say change the improper fraction to a whole number or to a mixed number, and then draw a picture to show that the improper fraction is equal to the number you wrote. So I do need to see both the division and I need to see your picture as well. All right, so go ahead and give that a shot. Take a picture of it, post it underneath lesson 104 on Seesaw, and good luck. If you have any questions, let me know.